Welcome back. Volume 11 Answers and Explanation. I am going to deal with thermodynamics. The first question is about spontaneous process. Spontaneous adsorption of gas on solid surface is exothermic process. First we have to see what is meant by spontaneous process. The spontaneous process means delta S, that is the entropy, must be positive. See, adsorption of gas. So what is meant by entropy? Entropy is a measurement of randomness. So gas molecules are having the high entropy because they are in random in nature. So as they get adsorbed on the solid surface, the randomness decreases. Therefore, on adsorption, the randomness decreases for gases. Therefore, delta S decreases for gas. 2 mole of ideal gas expand isothermal reversibly from 1 liter to 10 liter at 300 Kelvin. What is the enthalpy change? See, isothermal means delta T is equal to 0. If delta T is equal to 0, delta U will be also equal to 0. Therefore, delta H is equal to delta U, which we know that the delta U is equal to 0. Therefore, the delta H will be equal to 0. The correct answer is D, that is 0 kilojoules. The next question is, the 1 mole of monoatomic ideal gas expand adiabatically at initial temperature T against the constant external pressure 1 atmosphere 1 liter to 3 liter. Then the final temperature of the gas is. So you have to find the temperature. So we have to see one formula here, that is P is equal to P external V minus V2. This is relation is for adiabatic expansion of gas, that is a P external V minus V2 is equal to CV T1 minus T2. The CV we can represent it as 3 by 2 R from gas constant. On solving we will get T1 minus 2 divided by 1.5 into 0.0821. 0.0821 is the rare gas constant. Therefore the answer is B. The direct conversion of A to B is difficult, hence it is carried out by the following path. Here we have to see the following path: A to C, C to D, and D to B. See, A to C it is forward direction, C to D it is forward direction, but B to D it is reverse directions. For reverse direction we have to put negative sign. Therefore A to C it is a forward, therefore 50 plus C to D it is a forward direction plus 30 minus 20, that is 60 EU. Therefore answer is B. The value of log 10K for a reaction A to B is, here the enthalpy is given, we have to calculate K, log K. So we know that from the Van 't Hoff's equation, delta G is equal to minus 2.303 RT log K. So here they have given only enthalpy. Therefore delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. So here the temperature is given, that is 298. On solving we will get the log K value, that is 10. Therefore the answer is 10. For the process H2O 1 bar 372 Kelvin, H2 gas 1 bar 373 Kelvin, the correct set of thermodynamic parameter. See here the H2O in bracket they have given 1, that is not 1, that is liquid. So in 372 degree means it is 372 Kelvin means it is 99 degrees Celsius. So it water exists in liquid state. Here the water exists in gaseous state at 373 Kelvin. Therefore the randomness increases from liquid to gas. Therefore the delta G is equal to 0 and delta S is equal to positive. Statement 1. For every reaction, the equilibrium standard Gibbs free energy of a reaction is 0. Statement 2. At constant temperature, pressure, chemical reaction are spontaneous in direction of decreasing Gibbs free energy. As we can see that the statement 2 is always correct, because always the spontaneous process takes place in the direction of decrease in Gibbs free energy. But delta G must be 0, delta G naught, that is standard Gibbs free energy, may or may not be 0. Therefore the statement 1 is false, statement 2 is correct. Among the following statements, state function is, so state function we will write delta, for prefix we will write delta. For example, internal energy we will represent it by delta U. For work we won't represent it by delta U. For molar enthalpy you can write it as delta H. Therefore, internal energy and molar enthalpy are state functions. Here we have to calculate, we will calculate initial state and final state. Question number 9. Among the following, the intensive properties are independent of mass. The answer is molar conductivity and electromotive force are independent of mass. Mass transformation in column 1 with the appropriate option in column 2. So the column 1, we have carbon dioxide to carbon dioxide gas. We can see carbon dioxide solid is converted to gas. Therefore, the randomness increases. Therefore, delta S is positive and delta H is positive, and there is a transition in phase. And CaCO3 is converted to CaO plus CO2. So here there is no phase transition because the solid is converting to solid plus gas, but solid is there. It is not completely converted to another phase. Therefore, no phase transition. Delta S is positive and delta H is positive. And 2H in gaseous molecule is converted into H2. Two particles of gas gives rise to one particle of gas. Therefore, the entropy decreases. Delta S is negative. Here the next is the phosphorus. The white phosphorus is converted into red. The phases are same. There is no phase transition. That is only allotropic change, and delta H is positive and delta S is positive. The next question is the correct relationship between the free energy change in a reaction and equilibrium constant Kc. That is, according to the Van 't Hoff's equation, minus delta G naught is equal to RT Kc. That is option D. The enthalpy change for a reaction does not depend upon. So enthalpy, it is a state function. Therefore, the following option, the C is, we can take it out C, the nature of intermediate reaction step. So the path is not required for enthalpy change. The internal energy change when a system of gas from A to B is 40 kilojoules. If the system goes from A to B by a reversible path and return to a state of B by an irreversible path, what would be the net change in internal energy? Solution: the zero balance, 40 kilojoules, B to A is minus 40 kilojoules because it is reversible. Therefore, the answer is 0. 40 minus 40, it is 0. An ideal gas expands in a volume 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter cube to 1 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter cube at 300 Kelvin against the constant pressure of 1 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton meter square. The work done is given as minus P into delta V, that is minus 1 into 10 to the power of 5, that is 900 joules. Therefore, the answer is 900 kilojoules. Enthalpies of combustion of carbon and carbon monoxide are 393.5 and 283 kilojoules respectively, the enthalpy of formation of carbon monoxide. So first we have to see what is meant by combustion. Combustion means heating in the presence of or burning in the presence of oxygen. So carbon we are burning in the presence of oxygen, and carbon monoxide also we are burning in the oxygen, and the product must be carbon dioxide in combustion. So delta H they are given as minus 393.5 kilojoules, and delta H also they are given as 283 kilojoules. So we have to find the formation of carbon monoxide, enthalpy for the formation of carbon monoxide. By reversing the equation 2, given equation 2, we will get the equation for the carbon monoxide, and rearranging and adding, we get delta H is equal to minus 393.5 plus 283, that is minus 110.5 kilojoules. If the bond dissociation energy of XY, X2 and Y2, all diatomic molecules, are in the ratio 1:1:0.5 and delta H1 for the formation of XY is minus 200 kilojoule, the bond dissociation energy of X2 will be. So XY and X2 have the bond dissociation energy in the ratio 1:1, and they have given the bond dissociation energy for heat of formation for XY, and they are asked to calculate the bond dissociation energy for X2, that is the reverse of formation. For XY it is minus 200, Therefore, the dissociation for the X2 will be 200 kilojoule per mole. Therefore, the answer is 200 kilojoule per mole. Consider the reaction N2 plus 3H2 2NH3 carried out at constant temperature and pressure. If the delta H and delta U are the enthalpy and the internal energy changes for the reaction, which of the following expression is true? So we know that the enthalpy of the reaction is equal to delta H is equal to delta U plus delta nRT, where delta n is equal to, here we have to put minus 2, we have to correct it, and therefore delta H is equal to delta U minus TRT. Here there are two molecules in the product side and two gaseous molecules in the product side, and the reactant side there are four gaseous molecules. Therefore 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Therefore delta U is equal to minus 2RT, delta H and delta U. Delta U is greater. The spontaneous reaction delta G equilibrium constant and the E naught of cell be the respectively according to the relation between the delta G, K and E naught of the cell for a spontaneous process. For any spontaneous process, the delta G has to be negative and the K is greater than 1, because the delta G is equal to minus 2.303 RT log K. E naught has to be positive because delta G is equal to minus NEF. For a spontaneous reaction, therefore the answer is delta G is equal to negative, K is greater than 1 and E naught of the cell is positive. Question number 19. In the conversion of limestone to lime, the values of delta H naught and delta S naught are 179.1 kilojoule per mole and 160.2 joule per Kelvin respectively at 298 Kelvin and 1 bar, assuming that delta H naught and S naught do not change with temperature. The temperature above which the conversion of limestone to lime is. See, delta G, as we know that the delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S, but they have given the equilibrium temperature. At equilibrium temperature, the delta G is equal to 0. Therefore, delta H will be equal to T delta S, and the temperature will be, on rearranging, we will get 1118 Kelvin. The answer is 1118 Kelvin. For a particular reversible reaction, T, delta H and delta S were found to be positive. If T is the temperature at equilibrium, the reaction would be spontaneous when, from the reaction delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S, delta G is equal to 0. Also delta G should be negative for the spontaneous reaction. T should be greater than T equilibrium in order to make delta G negative, because delta H and delta S are positive. Therefore, T is greater than T equilibrium. Thank you.